I paid over 100 women to rank men's Hinge photos. There were 14 different profiles tested, each with getting about 20 complete rankings from best to worst, plus comments actually explaining why. And the data is really interesting, so let's get to it. In all 14 profiles, the highest ranked photo clearly showed the guy's face. 85% of the number one ranked photos were candid, natural shots, so not posed or staged. Smiling photos ranked in the top two 50% of the time. Very important to smile. Pictures of them with their pet ranked in the top two 65% of the time. So if you're smiling with your pet, like you're in a pretty good spot. The most common words for high-ranking photos were natural, attractive, smiling, friendly, and clear. And the most common words for low-ranking photos was awkward, weird, staged, forced, and dark. So this does support the whole idea that guys should have a more warm, welcoming, and inviting profile than not one full with staged photos and ones that are just forced or they're trying to look all cool in front of the mirror or whatever. And there was also 26 full body shots and 19 hobby-related photos. None of them ranked number one. However, of course, that doesn't mean like they shouldn't appear later in a profile. And almost 2/3 of all photos were ranked first and last by somebody. That's really surprising because each profile only had 20 women ranking it, yet most photos were loved and hated by at least one of them. So it was a lot more polarizing than I thought. Like there was still a large consensus of what are the better pics and what are the worst. But yeah, a lot more polarizing than I thought. Also, this was done through a survey platform called Prolific. It's a pretty legit one. I've used it in the past for work. Also, a lot of like big universities use it too. But this was the criteria that I used. Single straight women from these countries aged 20 to 30. And I was curious, if I run the same survey with the same group of photos, but to different age groups, ethnicity, and countries, would it actually make a difference? And it turns out it didn't. There was no real difference. Like the top two were always the same. The bottom two were always the same. I think the middle two might have swapped places. But overall, it was very inconclusive, which is surprising because you would think like a 20-year-old would have a different perception of what is attractive than a 50-year-old. I mean, I'm sure like that is true to some degree, but not enough to actually, be noticeable in the results. I might try this again because, I mean, I did bump it up to 50 women per report. So I could go even larger. It is kind of like fun to do and it's just data for the channel. We'll see. But I'm actually planning to have this offered in our community pretty soon. I have no interest in making any money off this. I just want it to be accessible to as many members as possible. It should come around to $20, maybe a little bit less. It just needs to cover the cost of the survey and also hiring somebody to actually take the photos and go through all the steps because it is kind of time consuming. And I know there is an app already which does this called Photo Feeler. I'm sure many of you are aware of it. But it doesn't actually compare 6 photos as a set. It just does one at a time. So it's less clear which are your best, like in relevance to each other. And also because women are actually getting paid to leave comments, you'll get a lot more detailed and thoughtful ones. But yeah, still working on getting it ready. At some point, I could also try like showing the full profile, maybe bio and prompts and all that. A lot of different angles we could take it. But yeah, join our community and I will see you in there.